up? Welcome back. Today I wanted to play around with some colors that I don't normally do, and this one I did a combination of blues and oranges. Very outside of the box from the looks that I normally do on my channel, but I am loving the way that this turned out. Even though it's not very typical of the looks that I would do, I just love this color combination. The contrast of the blue and the orange, it turned out really well, and it makes me want to play with more colors. So I'm going to be doing a lot more colorful looks probably coming up. Now for this look today, I use the new Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne palette right here. Kristen is such an awesome person. Her and her husband Ryan are the cutest things ever. So when I saw that she was collabing with Urban Decay, I had to buy this palette. It is so cool, just like her. I mean, look at this layout. It's so unique from any other palette that I own. The colors are amazing. They are so pigmented, very, very blendable. You get mattes and shimmers in here, and I love just how unique overall this palette is, right down from the formulas to the palette itself, the design, the pigmentation. It's just such a gorgeous palette. I highly recommend picking it up. Now, if you guys would like to see how I created this look, then please keep watching. To prep my skin today, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Rebound Spray and just spraying this lightly all over my face. I'm then going to follow up with brows. I'm using the Benefit Cosmetics Precisely My Brow Pencil just to lightly fill in little brush strokes on both sides of my eyes. After that, I'm going to follow up with just a little bit of my favorite goof-proof brow powder. This is just such a great way to set my brows in place and really helps keep them on point and in place all day long. With the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer, I'm going to take this in a small angled brush and just carve out my brows. This just really helps to make them look a little bit more defined, and because this is such a dramatic look, I wanted them to be a little bit more bold and defined. After that, I'm going to take a small fluffy brush and just kind of work out the harsh line of the concealer and blend it downward so there's no harsh lines. Taking the color Chaser from the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, I'm just going to take a small fluffy brush and buff this all over my lids and in my crease. This is going to act as my main transition color. I'm just going to buff this on both eyes until I like the way that it looks, very loose. And I'm going to go ahead and dip into the color Sauce just to deepen up the crease a little bit more. I'm focusing this on the outer corner and then very lightly bringing it in towards my inner corner, just in little windshield wiper motions. And I'm using a Sigma tapered blending brush to do this. And then to deepen up the crease even more, I actually dipped into the color Cayenne, which is this gorgeous reddish orange color. This tied in so well with the dark blue that I laid down. I just love the way that this looked. And again, just focusing this on the very outer corner of the eye and very lightly buffing it inwards. I'm using my shadow shields today because anytime you work with blues, they can get a little bit messy, so these just help protect my eyes. And before I get started, I'm using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion and just applying a light layer of this just on my lids to act as a kind of base to help those metallics really pop. And then for the main star of the show today is the Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne palette. I'm taking the color TRM, which is this gorgeous royal metallic blue color. I'm going to be packing this on the inner corner and the outer corner of my eyes, leaving a little bit of blank space right in the center of my lid. I'm just using a flat shader brush to apply this, and it just looks so gorgeous and it applied so beautifully. I'm then taking the color LCW and applying this right in the center of my eyelid where I left that blank space. Again, with just a flat shader brush, and I blend this very slightly into the dark blue on the edges just so there's no harsh lines. The color combination of these two together is just so beautiful, and it really made it look just so much more dimensional. I'm then taking the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in the color Gamma Ray. I'm going to be using this to draw a line from my inner corner to my outer corner, right at the edge of the blue shadow on my lid. I'm almost going to be laying this right in the crease. And in between layers of this, I'm actually just going to fan it to dry it off a little bit so that I don't have any glitter transfer to the top of my eyelid or the bottom either. I'm just going to do a quick wipe down with a makeup wipe just to kind of get any excess powder that may have fallen and get the blue transfer from my under eyes. And then going in with the House of Lashes Noir Fairy Lights, I'm just laying these down right on my lash line with a little bit of winged liner. And then to blend everything together, I'm taking the Urban Decay Troublemaker Mascara and just applying a light coat of this to my falsies. Taking the Benefit Cosmetics Professional Pearl Primer, I'm applying a thin layer of this to my face. It helps to really minimize my pores as well as give me a natural radiance to my skin. And then I'm going to be going over that today with the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. This is just kind of like my holy grail full coverage foundation. I'm just applying it with a foundation brush. And then before I go in with my beauty blender, I'm actually going to be taking the Rebound Spray and just applying this lightly all over my face. This just makes blending my makeup out such a breeze, and it really helps give a nice natural airbrushed finish to my skin. Today's concealer is going to be the Urban Decay All Nighter. I'm just using this in a flat shader brush to apply this right under my eyes to cover up those pesky dark circles, and then of course blending them out with a beauty blender. I'm also going to be taking my Real Techniques Full Coverage Blend and Blur brush to kind of blend all my foundation down onto my neck. To warm up and contour the face, I'm using the NYX Cosmetics Pro Contour and Highlight Palette and my blend and blur brush from Real Techniques, and just applying this to the hollows of my cheeks, my temples, the edges of my forehead, and using it to contour my nose as well, and then just blending everything out with my brush. To set everything in place, I'm using the MAC Patrick Star Setting Powder and my Real Techniques Instapop Face Brush, and just using this to kind of bake right under my eyes and any place where I feel like I need a little bit more of a matte setting. Then I'm just dusting everything off with my brush to get rid of any loose excess powder before going in with the Benefit Hoola Bronzer to really warm up the face. I'm basically just applying this all over the areas that I laid down the cream contour. Dipping into the color Tahine from the Kristen Leanne palette, I'm just going to apply this into my lash line, really packing the color on there. I want this orange to be a really nice contrast to the blue, and the color combination just came out so gorgeous. So I'm just going to pack this color on and then go in with a small fluffy brush to blend the edges out. I'm applying a light layer of mascara to my bottom lashes just to tie them all together before going in with the IBY Beauty highlighter in the color Bubbly. This is actually a highlighter, but as you can see today, I'm using it as a blush. The color of this just tied in so well with that orange Tahine color, and I love the combination of them. I wanted a little bit more of a wet look today for my highlighter, so I'm using the Mary Dumanizer liquid formula from the Balm Cosmetics, and using my beauty blender, I'm just applying this right on the high points of my cheeks, and this color just seriously made me glow. It really had my highlight completely popping. I'm going to be lining my lips with the BH Cosmetics lip liner in the color Nude. This one has a little bit of an orange tint to it, so it was perfect. I'm just outlining my lips and then drawing in some lines to make them look a little bit fuller. I'm then going to be going over that with the NARS lip cover in the color Under Arrest, which has an orange tint to it and really tied it in well with the Tahine under my eyes. Last but not least, to set everything in place, I'm just putting on a really heavy dose of the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. This just locks in my makeup and makes sure that it does not budge all day long. All right, guys, so that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing me create this look. Let me know in the comments down below what other types of videos you guys would like to see. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!